Hi and welcome. It's great that you can join us this morning. So, last week we found out from our Bible stories how Jesus has power over nature when he calmed the storm, and he also has power over demons when he healed the man. And today we're going to find out a bit more about all that Jesus has power over.
Excellent. Now, we asked if you're a little bit older, if you get a paper and pencil, and the reason for that is we want you to make a bit of a chart today. Let me show you. You need to make a little bit of a chart, and on it, you need to make 3 columns. One that's got the name, the second that's got the need, and the third, what they tried. And we're looking at this week's passage and last week's, all from Luke chapter 8. So down the side you'll need the different people, the disciples, the demon-possessed man, and today an ill woman and Jairus. And at the bottom, put your own name, or you can write me. And as we look through these passages, write down what did they need and what did they try. Now we're going to dig right into today's passage in Luke chapter 8. So over to Emily, who's going to read that for us now.
Our reading today is from Luke 8:40 to 56. Now when Jesus returned, the crowd welcomed him, for they were all waiting for him. And there came a man named Jairus, who was a ruler of the synagogue, and falling at Jesus' feet, he implored him to come to his house, for he had an only daughter, about 12 years of age, and she was dying. As Jesus went, the people pressed around him, and there was a woman who had a discharge of blood for 12 years, and though she had spent all her life living on physicians, she could not be healed by anyone. She came up behind him and touched the fringe of his garment, and immediately her discharge of blood ceased. And Jesus said, "Who was it that touched me?" When all denied it, Peter said, "Master, the crowds surrounding you, and are pressing in on you." But Jesus said, "Someone touched me, for I perceive that power has gone out of me." And when the woman saw that she was not hidden, she came trembling and falling down before him, declared in the presence of all the people why she had touched him, and how she had been immediately healed. And he said to her, "Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace." While he was still speaking, someone from the ruler's house came and said, "Your daughter is dead. Do not trouble the teacher anymore." But Jesus, on hearing this, answered him, "Do not fear, only believe, and she will be well." And when he came to the house, he allowed no one to enter with him except Peter and John and James, and the father and mother of the child. And all were weeping and mourning for her. But he said, "Do not weep, for she is not dead, but sleeping." And they laughed at him, knowing that she was dead. But taking her by the hand, he called, saying, "Child, arise." And her spirit returned, and she got up at once. And he directed that something should be given to her to eat, that her parents were amazed, but he charged them to tell no one what had happened.
Wow, boys and girls, that was an amazing story. Jesus healed and brought back to life a wee girl and healed a lady. That's awesome. But we need to have a think now about what's that got to do with us. So, my pals, the Cuddly Toys, are going to help us figure that out with their amazing quest that they've got to sort. So let's find out what happens with them.
These 4 cuddly toys, hippo, bear, cheetah and penguin, are lost in the land of messy room. Can they make it back to their home? On top of the bed? That is their quest. We will find out if they make it or not.
Hello, I'm Hippopotamus, and I need to get back home to my comfy bed. And seeing as I'm so strong, I'm going to use my muscles to do it. I don't need anything else apart from my strength. So, here goes. Get out my muscles and a wonder. Oh, a two. Oh dear. Three. Oh, I've not managed. I mustn't be strong enough.
Hello again. Cheetah, I'm going to complete this quest to get home by using teamwork. I have got all my friends here, and they are going to build a pyramid out of themselves, and I will climb up to my home. So here we go. Right, bears, you get ready at the bottom. Here we go. You get on top, Mr. Bear. Mr. Cat on top of that, and I will climb right on top, and there I am at home. Oh, I am not at home. That has not worked. I will have to think again.
Oh, hello. Now I have a better idea. I'm going to pay someone to help me get all the way back home. So here, lots of money, all my money. There you go, sir. Now do your worst. 1, 2, 3, woo! Oh, that was rather painful, and it didn't work. I'll have to think again.
Hello again, I'm Mr. Penguin, and all their ideas have been rubbish. I am going to use the rules of physics to get me home. I am going to fire myself in a catapult. Easy peasy. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Ah, dear, it's not worked. All 4 cuddly toys have failed in their quest to get home. They tried strength, teamwork, money, and the laws and the rules, but none of them worked. But all the time, there was only one way home: the ladder. Now they have discovered it. Can they make their way home and complete the quest? They have made it. There was one way home. Their quest is complete. Wow, what an awesome quest those cuddlies went on. They didn't seem to figure out until right at the end. But what's that got to do with these people that meet Jesus? And what's it got to do with us? Well, firstly, I think that just like the cuddly toys, our biggest problem is that we need to get home and be a part of the family we're designed to be a part of. Now, I don't mean your house, but I mean part of God's family and at home with Him. Now, we've seen this week and last week different situations where people tried everything in the situations they were in. The disciples were in a storm. They just tried to row harder. The people with the demon-possessed man tried to tie him up or use chains to sort that problem, but that didn't work. This week, the woman spent all the money she had on doctors to try and be well. And Jairus, well, he was a Pharisee, and he would have tried to keep all the rules to make things right. But none of these things worked. But thankfully, all these people eventually turned to Jesus, the one who has got all the power. Maybe at first they didn't realise who he was, or they couldn't get near him, they couldn't find him. But eventually they came to him. For us, we can read these stories. We can see who Jesus is, and the power that he has. So let's not be like these people who went to Jesus as a last resort because maybe they didn't have a choice. We do. We can go to him from the start with everything in our lives. Because we can see that Jesus has got power over all these things. And that power shows us who Jesus really is. God's one and only Son. And we can see that he can be trusted in each and every situation. We can bring all of our troubles to Jesus, all our problems, all the things going on in our lives. Sometimes he might take them away, and it might be fantastic. Other times he might help us to live through the situations we find ourselves in. But for our biggest need in life, the biggest thing that we need, we are promised that when we trust in Jesus and follow him, we will find our home and will be part of his family forever. He is the only way to that. A bit like that ladder was the only way that the Cuddlies could complete their quest to get home. The only way we can know God and be with him forever is by trusting in Jesus. No amount of money, trying hard, keeping rules or anything else can do that. But Jesus, who has power over nature, over demons, over sickness and death, can, because he's God. Jesus is the only way to know God and be with him forever. So older ones, as you fill in your chart, as you put you at the bottom, what's your need? You could put all sorts of things, and that's real and we can bring them to Jesus. But our real main need is to know him, to be with him, to be a part of God's family, and to be in heaven forever. And Jesus is the only way that's possible. So, take a moment to think about your life. Do you trust in Jesus for the most important thing? Forgiveness of sin and life with God forever? Have a chat about that in your family or whoever you're watching this with. See what you think and see what you can chat about. But also, take some time to pray and ask for God's help in the specific things that are hard for you right now. Because God is real. He wants to know about these things, and he does and will help us. So, thanks for listening. Have a great chat, and we'll see you soon. So it's bye-bye from me.
Bye-bye from me.
Bye-bye.
See ya.